Hello, welcome again to my channel Gateway to IT. And today I'm going to discuss about the prerequisites for SCCM lab. The first prereq for SCCM lab is a Windows 10 machine with the Hyper-V installed on it. The reason we need a Windows 10 machine Hyper-V installed on it because so we can create the virtual machines for our lab, like domain controllers, SCCM server, or client machines. So that is the reason why we need a Hyper-V installed machine. Now the second prereq is a virtual router. The reason we need a virtual router so we can create a different subnets or create a kind of scenarios like we used to get in the production environment. So we can repro those issues in the lab. So in order to create a virtual router, I have given a link in the description. You can follow that and you can create that virtual router. It is free of cost and it's really easy, and you can learn a lot with this virtual routers. Now the third prerequisite is a one server we're going to create with AD, DNS and DHCP role installed on it. Now the next one will be one SCCM server and two client machines which we're going to require for our SCCM lab. So these are the prereq which is required for our SCCM environment. Now, next thing I want to discuss about is the prerequisite for Hyper-V. So, in order to install Hyper-V on your machine, Windows 10 machine, there are some prereq. So, the first prereq is that Windows 10 machine should Enterprise, Pro or Education version. If you do not have these versions, you will not be able to install Hyper-V. Now, the next one will be the machine should have a 64-bit processor. Now, next one, machine should minimum have 4 GB of memory and CPU support virtualization technology. So, your CPU should support the virtualization technology, and you can see that in your BIOS, whether you have a virtualization technology or not. Few of the examples I have given here, one is for Dell. So, you can go into the BIOS and you can see virtualization support and make sure it is enabled. So make sure before you enable the Hyper-V, the virtualization is enabled on your BIOS. Same as for HP, that's how it is. So now I'm going to show you how to install Hyper-V on a Windows 10 machine. So I'm going to play a video for you, and you can get an idea how to install a Hyper-V on your Windows 10 machine. Hi. In this video, we're going to check how to install Hyper-V on your Windows 10 machine. Before we proceed, we need to check what is the Windows version we are having. So in my case, I have Windows 10 21H2, Windows 10 Pro version. In order to install Hyper-V on your machine, the prereq for Hyper-V is we should have either of these Windows versions, Windows 10 Enterprise, Pro or Education. So if you do not have these versions, you will not be able to install Hyper-V. Now let's see the second prereq, and the second prerequisite is we have to check the virtualization status. Open the task manager, go to the performance tab, go to the CPU, and then check the virtualization enabled. If the virtualization is disabled, then you have to go to the BIOS settings of your laptop or desktop, and then you have to enable the virtualization in there. Once all these is done, I want you to go to the control panel, go to Programs and Features. Now turn Windows feature on or off, and check with Hyper-V, and make sure we have checked all of the options in here. Once this is done, click on OK. Now it will be started installing the Hyper-V on the Windows 10 machine, and we have to wait until the installation is finished. Great. Now the installation is finished. Now it's asking for a reboot. I'm going to reboot my machine. Now the machine is up and we're going to check whether the Hyper-V is installed or not. For that, we have to go to search bar and type Hyper-V, and I can see the Hyper-V is here and we can open it now. Now my Hyper-V is successfully installed. That's the reason we are getting this particular screen, and it's great. And then we can create the virtual machines and for our lab. So this is the end of my video. Now in my upcoming videos, we're going to check how we're going to create the virtual machines for SCCM lab, like for servers, which we're going to create, the client machines, which we're going to create. So stay tuned for my next video. So we're going to create the lab there. Thank you for watching.